everyone. Hope everyone is hanging in there. I just wanted to give you a short sequence today to give you a little bit of restorative practice. I know you've all been probably anxious, a little concerned, a little worried, unsure what's going to be happening, maybe frustrated. I don't know, a lot of different emotions going on. I think the best prescription for this time and everything we're going through is frankly to breathe. I think there are times like this when we actually do the opposite, when we get stressed out, a lot of outside factors bothering us, getting into our brains, making us worry. We naturally constrict ourselves and stop breathing. So I thought I would do a little bit of a breath practice for you, as well as a little bit of restorative practice. A few poses, a little gentle flow, just a little short practice so that maybe you refresh yourself once a day. I think if you do this, you'll feel a lot better. Get some of that breath, get some of that full lungs, and really start breathing through this crazy situation that we're all in. So why don't you start by finding a comfortable position, however works for you, sitting cross-legged, sitting on a block or a pillow like me, whatever's comfortable for you. Just find a comfortable seated position. And just rest your arms gently on your legs, wherever is comfortable again for you. And slowly start to either close your eyes or maybe gaze softly at the ground in front of you. And start to breathe as you breathe naturally, but start to feel and be aware and be conscious of the breath that's coming in through your nose and you're exhaling through your mouth. Now I say through your nose in, exhaling out through your mouth, because a lot of times that helps people be a little bit more conscious of the breath coming in and out. If you just sit and breathe like normal without really thinking about it, it's harder to be intentional about that breath. And the whole goal here is to really make you aware of that breath coming in and out. So breathe in through your nose, exhale out of your mouth. And you're at home by yourself, so make as much noise as you want. Nobody cares. Now's your chance to really do that loud exhale that you can't do in yoga class. But as you close your eyes and you start to feel that breath coming in and going out, try to really think about making the amount of air you're breathing in the same amount of air as you're exhaling, and be intentional about it. Also think about the time that you're spending bringing the air in, the number of seconds you're breathing in. Try and make it equal to the amount of time that you're exhaling the breath. So again, you're breathing in the same amount and the same amount of time as you're exhaling the breath. Do a few repetitions of this, repetitions. Nice and deep for you. Deeper than normal, deeper breaths than normal. And as you're inhaling, try to access that lower abdomen, that air that you don't normally get to. Normally when we breathe, we have that shallow breath in the top of our lungs. Really try to breathe in deep and use all of your breath capacity, all your lung capacity, so all the way in and all the way out. And each time you're coming in, I invite you to make that breath just a little bit longer and fuller in, and a little bit longer and fuller out. Take a couple minutes here, breathing in and breathing out, finding that equal breath in, equal breath out, and gradually lengthening the breath in and lengthening the exhale equally. Again, each time breathing in a little deeper each time, exhaling a little deeper each time as well. And when you feel you have a nice, comfortable cadence going, getting a little deeper and a little deeper each time, on one of your next inhales, take the air in and breathe in as high, as strong, as much as you possibly can. Fill up those lungs to the very, very tip top of your lungs. So where you feel you can't breathe in any more air, when you get to the very tip top of that breath, hold that breath in your lungs, just hold it. And then very slowly, slowly, controlled, exhale all the air out of that breath, all the way out through your lower belly, all the way out so you cannot exhale any more air, any more at all the way out. And then hold at the very bottom of that breath. And then once again, slowly breathe in, breathing in as much as you possibly can, filling up those lungs all the way up. So you can't breathe in any more air. And hold. And then slowly exhaling, exhaling in a controlled manner, exhaling slowly all the way out, all the way out, all the way out. Holding at the bottom, that breath again. And then come back to a normal breath cadence. In through your nose and out through your mouth. Now your breath cadence should be longer than when you very first started and sat down here tonight. I'd like you to focus on that breath cadence and carry that breath cadence throughout our entire practice this evening. As I'm giving you instructions, as we're transitioning between poses, I'd like you to make sure you continue that breath cadence on your own. If you're not matching up with as I'm saying inhale or exhale, keep to your own breath. My job is to guide you through your practice today or this evening. You follow your breath cadence and try to keep it even while I'm talking endlessly here and throughout the practice tonight. Keep that breath cadence even as much as you can throughout the whole practice. You'll find that brings you a ton of benefits, regardless of what other physical pieces that you're mixing with your breath tonight. So breathe in and breathe out. Again, a little deeper than normal. If it helps, you can bring your arms out in cactus arms and take a big breath in. As you exhale, bring your hands together in front of your heart center and exhale. Big breath in, cactus arms. And exhale, bringing your palms together. One more big breath in. And exhale. Again, keep that breath cadence with our practice, throughout our practice, all through today, all through tonight as we're practicing together. On your next inhale, slowly bring your right hand to the side of the ground beneath you and bring your left arm up and over your head, reaching over, using that bend in your elbow to go into that stretch as much as feels comfortable for you, keeping that breath going as we're in this pose. And as you inhale, you may want to come up a little bit, filling your lungs, and exhale, sinking a little deeper down, using that elbow to guide you to what feels good for you. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And then inhale again. That left arm up all the way up and over to the side of the body. Right arm up and over to the other side of the body. Again, inhaling up. Exhaling. Inhaling up. Exhaling. Now you may keep your eyes closed here. Or you can open your eyes and gaze softly down in front of you, whatever feels good to you. And the next inhale up, bring that left hand up and over, bring your hands back to your knees and comfortably resting on your legs, your thighs. Keep that breath cadence going. Now we'll start with some shoulder rotations from here. So as you inhale, rotate those shoulders forward and up towards your ears. Exhaling those shoulders back and down. Inhaling up towards your knee or ears. Exhaling back and down. Up and back. Exhaling back and down. And then with your breath, switch directions. So you're inhaling back and up. Exhaling forward and down. Exhaling back and up. Exhaling forward and down. One more. And exhaling forward and down. Again, shaking out those shoulders and just resting those hands comfortably on your legs. Again, keep your eyes closed here if you like. Totally up to you. Bringing that right hand to your left knee. Bringing your left arm behind you. Gently twisting those shoulders just so that you're looking to the side, maybe a little bit behind you. And again, as you're inhaling, maybe come out of the twist a little bit, or exhaling rather, come out of the twist a little. Inhaling a little deeper into the twist. Exhaling a little out. Inhaling a little deeper. And then releasing back to the front. Switching arms, so left hand to right knee, right arm behind you. Again, inhaling back. Exhaling just a little forward to the side. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhale into that twist. Exhaling. One more for good measure. And as you exhale, come back toward the front. Again, keeping with your breath cadence here, we're going to come up onto our hands and knees. If you have a block underneath you like I do, go ahead and move it out of the way, or a pillow. And we'll start out with a few cats and cows here. So as you inhale, raising that back as if there's a string, pulling your back up toward the ceiling. Forehead comes down, gazing down between your legs. Exhaling, bringing that stomach down toward the floor, forehead comes up, squeezing the shoulder blades together. And then their next breath, bring that back up again. Exhaling that belly down. Do a couple times here. This is cat and cow. Do it to your own breath cadence that we developed at the beginning. Doesn't have to match my speed or my cadence. And then slowly come back to neutral. Now I'm going to show you a very short flow here that you can do yourself. And as you develop your own home practice, which is a great thing to do while we're all stuck at home all of this time. First of all, always check out the base of your pose. Every yoga pose is built from the bottom up, from the base up. So in tabletop pose that we're in now, to do cat and cow, make sure your fingers are spread wide on the mat. You want to have a nice strong base. When your fingers are on the mat like this, your shoulders above your wrists, hips above your knees, feet are flat behind you. And again, keep breathing your own breath cadence, even when we're transitioning, or I'm giving you different instructions here. So as part of the flow, to start it out, we're going to gently sink back, bringing our big toes together, sinking our hips down onto our heels, stretching our arms in front of our body, again, fingers nice and wide, elbows come to the mat, and our forehead comes down to the mat. Grounding ourselves for our practice, just rest that forehead nice and gently on the mat. Sink into those heels as you inhale and exhale with your breath cadence. Inhaling into the low back, into the shoulders. And exhaling, releasing all the tension and stress that we've been feeling through this crazy times that we're in right now. So I encourage you to spend a few breaths here at your own cadence. And then when you're ready, we're going to come back up to hands and knees, curl our toes, and push up into downward dog. So downward dog, you're pushing your heels toward the floor behind you. Your shoulders a little bit relaxed but strong. Again, your hands are spread wide on the mat. You're pushing down, your gaze is between your legs, and you're pushing your hips up to the sky and your hips back as far as is comfortable. So downward dog. From downward dog, we're going to flow forward, just shifting our hips forward into plank pose. So your body is straight like a board, right? And from here, we're going to slowly drop our knees into cobra. And you can flatten your feet here if you like and hang out in cobra a little bit. Again, we're using your breath cadence here, so use your breath as you flow through each of these poses in this little mini flow. So when you want to move out of cobra, flip those toes up, push into downward dog. And then when you're ready, slide forward into plank. And then slide forward into cobra, dropping the knees and flattening the feet. Maybe a couple breaths in each pose in the flow. Maybe one breath if you want to go a little faster and get a little more energy out of the flow. It really is up to you as you build your practice in this mini flow here. So we'll just try a few with maybe 2 breaths per pose. So flipping the toes, pushing into downward dog, breathing in, breathing out. As you breathe in, coming into plank, inhale, exhale, dropping those knees, coming into cobra, flattening the feet, inhale, and exhale. Flipping those toes, pushing up into downward dog, inhale, exhale, sliding forward into plank, inhale, exhale, sliding forward into cobra, flattening those feet, inhale, exhale, and then pushing back, heels, hips to heels, bringing those big toes together, sliding down back into child's pose, forehead to the floor, and releasing. If you'd like, you can bring your arms beside you here. Stretch out from what you just worked here. Maybe that feels good to you. A couple nice deep breaths here. As you relax in child's pose. Now keep breathing, keep your cadence going as I'm going to give a little more instruction here. If you have tight hips, it might help if you take a pillow and put the pillow right behind your knees so that when you go into child's pose, there's a little bit more of a cushion there. So the angle is a little more helpful for you, if that helps for your hips. If it's not enough, you can double the pillow or get a blanket. We're trying to work with props that are around your house because we're not all in the yoga studio right now. But sometimes that helps. If you have trouble getting in child's pose, and not everyone loves child's pose, that's a good way to do it. Put that between your knees and your legs, and it gives you a little extra support. So that's a little mini flow that you can do. Keep your breath going as we're transitioning here. We're now going to go into just a couple restorative poses to finish off the practice for us tonight. So from child's pose, what we're going to do is take a couple pillows from around your house and just put them in front of you. We're going to straddle the one pillow a little bit with our knees. And again, if child's pose is difficult for you, you might take another pillow and put it behind your legs for the same pose, because we're going to go into supported child's pose here. But just go back into child's pose and just go over the pillows. And you can lay your head to one side, leaving your arms just nice and relaxed by your side. You can kind of feel your big toes coming together in the back. And continue that breath cadence, breathing nice and deep into that lovely supported child's pose. Now we always want to make sure we give equal opportunity to our neck. So if you are on one side, then go ahead and on inhale, breathe in, raise your head on up. Exhale your head down to the other side. And with your breath cadence, take a few breaths here. And take your time. Nice slow inhales. And exhales. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Now that you know this restorative pose, you can go into this whenever you like and spend as many breaths as you like here in this delicious, awesome restorative pose. For now, we're going to move into one more restorative pose to kind of end our practice today. So take your pillows, and we're going to move them to the back of our mat, kind of 2/3 of the way down our mat. And we're going to place them behind us. And we're going to put our body right up against the pillows. Now again, keep your breath cadence going while I'm talking and yammering away, getting us into the next position. We're going to come right on up against those pillows and lay back so that it really pushes your heart up and open. Arms come out to the side or down, depending on the structure of your shoulder. There may be one comfortable position more than another. And if you're comfortable laying your head, letting it kind of go back, that's not a bad thing. It kind of a nice stretch to your neck. If you don't like that so much, then maybe scoot a little further, or maybe get another pillow to put behind you so that your head is resting on something. Really adjust the pillows for these restorative poses wherever feels good for you, because the whole point is for it to feel good for you to lay in for a while. This pose is so delicious because it really, and I know you might laugh at using that term. I know my children will tease me for using that word. Opening your chest, really relaxing and releasing, and just letting go. That's why I think this pose is delicious. So while you're laying here, use that breath cadence that you established at the beginning of practice. Nice, deep, slow breaths. And take an inventory on your body. What's happening with your forehead right now? Bring attention to your forehead. Are you tense? Are you crinkling your forehead up? Or is it nice and smooth and relaxed? What about the rest of your face? Are you holding tension somewhere else in your face? Your jaw maybe? Or can you really breathe through that and let it go? How about your shoulders? Your shoulders should be relaxed, laying over the pillows. Are they really relaxed and released? Again, check the angle, what works for you on whatever pillows you're on. Make sure you can really release those shoulders and relax. Your forearms, your fingers, are they just completely relaxed and let go here? Or are you clenching them? Are you holding them somehow, binding where you really shouldn't be? Work your way down your legs, thighs, your knees, all the way down to your feet. Have you let your feet kind of flop open to the sides and just drop to the sides? Are your toes nice and relaxed? Take a few breaths here, a few more breaths here. As you lay open with your heart, fully relaxed and released. Now we will end tonight's practice with a nice Shavasana. You're welcome to stay in this exact pose. If you're very happy here, please do. Please just remain where you are. If you'd like to come all the way down to the ground, if you think that'd be more comfortable for you, then please feel free to sit up. Move the pillows to the side. Maybe if you'd like, you can put one pillow underneath your knees. Sometimes that feels good to people if they have low back issues. And then just come on back down. Open up those shoulders, shake them out a little before you bring them down to the ground. Palms of your hands facing the ceiling as you let your shoulders drop open to the sides and against the weight of the floor. Knees should be dropping open to the side. feet should be dropping over to the side. Again, do the inventory. Is anything binding? Your forehead, your jaw, shoulders, belly, fingers, waist, legs, knees, ankles, toes. And just release. Keep your breath here at the same pace and just really relax into this. Melt into the floor until you hear my voice calling you back out of the pose. Slowly start to deepen your breath. A little deeper, a little longer. Start to slowly bring some movement to your fingers, to your wrists, to your toes, to your ankles. On your next inhale, slowly bring your knees in towards your chest. Squeeze those knees into your chest. Drop those knees over to one side, whichever side you prefer, in a fetal position. Take a few more breaths here, really letting go and releasing. Gently use your arms to push yourself up to a seated position as slowly and comfortably as you can. Continuing that breath cadence all the way to the end of our practice. It's been my honor to guide you in this lovely restorative practice tonight. I hope you find some time each day to breathe, even if you sit for 5 minutes and just find your breath cadence. Breathe in, close your eyes, and grab the peace that can bring you. It's awesome to see you and guide you in your practice again this evening. Namaste.